Walk away like a queen. Make him feel the pain of losing you. You were never meant to beg for love or chase someone who refuses to see your worth. The moment you recognize your value, the entire world shifts in your favor. Walking away isn't a sign of weakness. It's the ultimate display of strength. It's the moment you reclaim your power, your dignity, and your future. A woman who knows her worth doesn't stay where she isn't appreciated. She rises, she moves forward, and she flourishes. And trust me, nothing is more powerful than the silence of a woman who has decided she deserves better. When you walk away, you make a statement, without saying a word. Your absence will speak louder than any argument, any plea, or any explanation. He will feel it. The weight of your absence will be heavier than anything he expected. Not because you wanted revenge, but because he'll realize too late what he lost. That's the beauty of self-respect. When you stop settling, you start attracting everything you truly deserve. Never forget, the most powerful thing you can do is choose yourself. The best revenge isn't anger or resentment. It's your success, your happiness, and the undeniable glow of a woman who refuses to be undervalued. The moment you choose yourself, the entire energy around you shifts. People can sense when a woman knows her worth. They can see it in the way she carries herself, in the way she speaks, and in the way she no longer tolerates anything that drains her peace. When you walk away, you send a message, not just to him, but to yourself. You prove that you are no longer willing to be an option, a second choice, or someone who begs for attention. At first, he might not notice. He might think you'll come back, that you'll break under the weight of loneliness. But time has a way of revealing the truth. As days pass, as weeks turn into months, he will start to feel it. The emptiness, the regret, the realization that no one will ever match what you brought to his life. And by then, you won't even care. You'll be too busy becoming the best version of yourself. Walking away isn't just about leaving someone behind. It's about walking towards something greater. It's about creating space for real love, true respect, and the kind of life you were always meant to have. There is a certain power in silence. When you stop explaining yourself, stop seeking closure, and stop reacting, you take away his control over you. Many women believe they need to make a man understand how much he hurt them, but the truth is, he already knows. He just never expected you to value yourself enough to leave. When you disappear from his life, when you remove your presence, your kindness, your love, he feels the absence. At first, he might pretend not to care. He might distract himself, surround himself with temporary people, or act as if he's unbothered. But deep down, the reality will start sinking in. The calls will stop coming. The messages will stay unanswered. The warmth you once gave so freely is no longer his to take for granted. And that's when it happens, the regret. The moment he realizes that losing you wasn't just losing a relationship, it was losing a woman of value, a woman who was willing to give her all but refused to settle for less than she deserved. By then, you won't need revenge. His greatest punishment will be watching you thrive, knowing he is no longer part of your journey. Healing begins the moment you decide that your peace is more important than proving a point. Walking away like a queen means you no longer chase, beg, or try to convince anyone of your worth. You understand that a man who truly values you would never put you in a position where you have to question it. Instead of wasting energy trying to make him feel your pain, you invest that energy into yourself. You focus on your growth, your happiness, and your success. You rebuild yourself so powerfully that when he finally realizes what he lost, you are already too far ahead for him to reach you. And here's the truth. He will feel the loss. He will remember the way you cared, the way you supported him, the way you loved him with all your heart. But by then, you will be a version of yourself that no longer looks back. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." So decide to be unstoppable. Decide to be the woman who rises, not the one who waits. Because your best revenge is becoming the best version of yourself. Confidence is your power, and silence is your weapon. When you walk away with grace and strength, you send a message louder than any words ever could. You show him and the world that you refuse to settle for less than you deserve. You are not bitter, you are better. You are not weak, you are wise. The moment you stop responding, stop arguing, stop proving yourself, is the moment he starts wondering. He will replay every moment, every conversation, every time he took you for granted. And that realization will weigh on him more than any words you could have spoken. But by then, you will have evolved. You will have redirected all that energy into self-improvement, personal growth, and success. You will have built a life so fulfilling that his absence is nothing but a distant memory. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Your greatest revenge is not in making him feel pain. It's in showing him that his presence, or lack of it, does not determine your worth. Keep moving forward, because your future is far more powerful than your past. Your silence will echo louder than any confrontation ever could. When you detach, when you choose yourself, the shift is undeniable. He will feel it. The same person, who once thought you'd always be there, will start questioning everything. He will wonder why you're no longer pleading, no longer explaining, no longer reacting. And that, right there, is where the power shifts back to you. But here's the truth. You're not doing this to hurt him. You're doing this to heal yourself. The pain of being taken for granted is heavy, but the peace of walking away is freeing. Every moment you spend focusing on your growth, your happiness, and your self-worth is a moment you take back control. This is where you rise, where you pour all your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Success, confidence, and happiness are your weapons now. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. And what lies within you is strength beyond measure." Let go, level up, and let him watch from the sidelines as you build a life that no longer includes him. And now, the final step, owning your power completely. You've walked away, not in anger, not in desperation, but in absolute certainty that you deserve better. That realization alone is your greatest victory. Because the moment you stop chasing, the moment you stop proving your worth to someone who never saw it, is the moment they finally see it. He will feel the emptiness of your absence. He will feel the weight of losing someone who once gave him everything. But by the time he realizes what he lost, you will be too busy winning in life, in self-love, in success. You are no longer waiting for validation. You are creating your own destiny. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." And that is exactly what you have done. You have stepped into your power, embraced your worth, and reclaimed your life. Now take this strength and move forward with grace. If you found this message empowering, subscribe to Rise Up. Motivation for more inspiration and motivation. Your journey to self-mastery is just beginning. Keep rising and never look back.